Well, hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Herring, Doug Mystic Eye on Board Game Geek. That's my handle there. If you're just tuning in to this series, it's episode 5 of our playthrough of Castaways. We are going to dive right in. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I don't know. I was trying to think back about any mistakes I may have made. I don't know that I did last turn. I think I did okay. But regardless of that, we're going to just keep on going and get to our gameplay. So let's get to the main board and talk about our next turn. Okay, so get ready to take our next turn. Of course, we're going to start with our fisher, Anne Alexander. You know, I remember playing this before, and maybe it's because there was other people. I don't know. I enjoyed it more than I'm doing right now. This has been really kind of tough. I like that it's developing a story, but I can think of games that do it better, I guess is the word. Robinson Crusoe, case in point, from Portal Games. I mean, it can be absolutely brutal game, but for some reason, for me, it's just something I enjoy more. So we're closing in on the end of the series, and this is one of those where, honestly, I haven't felt this way about doing one of the series, even ones that have taken a long time, and I'm like, man, you know, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this one close out. I want to get it done for you, and for myself. I want to see how it ends, but I'm not jumping up and down and squealing with glee to get it done. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. You might love this game. You might love our playing of this game. I mean, I'm enjoying it for you guys, don't get me wrong. It's just, as I look at my shelves of what I could be playing with for you guys and some of the new things coming out, I'm thinking, man, I'd rather be doing. So that's a sign of where I stand with this game, I think. And like, for example, I'm really looking forward to, wish I could play solo a game of Dead of Winter, because I played it a couple times now, and I love it. Absolutely great game by Plaid Hat Games. Phenomenal game. Might be replacing Battlestar Galactica for me. I don't know yet, but it's great. It might just be the newer, shinier version. Still not sure. Anyway, but let's get on with what we're doing. We're going to start with our first player, who is Anne Alexander. Let's go to the characters very quick. We haven't done an update yet, and then we'll get on with our event and in our first turn. So here you have our characters now. You can't see all of Alexander Selkirk's stuff. He's got medicines and a Bible and a machete. Anne's got a compass, which has done well for her. Charles has got the barrel of gunpowder and the words that move. You know, and actually, that was one of the corrections. This is actually spent, and in doing so, I need to give the doctor another story point, because that would have happened. But he's holding the barrel of gunpowder for the cannon for the end game. So we'll hope that that works out for him. That's right here. But anyways, you can see we got the camp token and the first player token right there. We're going to get started. That's for Anne. She's going to get to take her camp action. But let's go to our event. Okay, drawing our event card. Let's see what we get. Alright, it's going to be a nice sunny day. It says crystal clear waters. This sounds like it might be something good. But the sun symbol here tells us that we're going to move our track up right there. And this 2+ means that, as you can see, we have exactly 2 tokens left in the salvage. So this is going to wash up on shore. And then we're going to read our event. It says, if the weather is sunny or better, all castaways who fish will gain an extra fish towel until the next turn. So it says on Anne's fish towel when she fishes, the net bonus doesn't apply, but I would have to guess that this event would. So, and by the way, that's going to be her camp action, so let's segue into the camp. I mean, Anne, being a fisher, getting twice the fish when she takes that as a camp action, it's kind of got to do it. She's going to get 3 tokens, which means we're going to have to shuffle up the fish tokens, but she gets these 2. So 2 and 1. Really, that's all we needed. It's too bad because one of them's probably going to go to waste. But we got to shuffle these back up. I wish I could get all the zeros out, because we sure get a lot of those. But I'm going to kind of shuffle the tokens up. Oops, this is not a fish token. Okay, and we'll do that off camera, and I'll get that set up again. Okay, here's our big stack of fish tokens all shuffled up, and we're going to get one more. So got a total of 4 in there, but we only need to eat 3, so we'll have to use that. Nice thing is you don't waste food. You can eat it, but it won't carry over to the next turn unless it's a food token. Okay, now we're going to get back to the board and we're going to take our main actions. So one of the good things about this turn is that our characters all each had a food token already, so we were covered for this turn. That means they're going to get to keep those food tokens and just keep going. But we're going to start now that Anne took her camp action. She's going to take her first starting action. And for her, because she knows she wants to go exploring, she's going to rest. It's the first thing she's going to do. We know we're good with food. Alexander Selkirk, who's yellow, is saying, yeah, me too, because I want to go on an exploration. Charles Bernard says, guys, that's all fine and dandy, but we only got one piece of wood. It's going to go this turn, so he's going to collect wood for energy. That puts him at 5. And he was good on energy. He was all full up. And says, great, so then I'll initiate the exploration of the island. Charles Selkirk says, yeah, you know, I think I'll go with you on that. And but he doesn't have to pay because of his machete, so that's where he's going to be right there. And then lastly, the doctor says, guys, you know, I was already flagging behind in my exploration of the island. I think I'm going to stay in camp, and I'm going to get the stuff that's washed up on shore because it's going to help us possibly win the game. And that's going to cost him 2 more energy. So he did not go on the exploration, which in hindsight, as I was looking back at this, I kept having the 3 players go and explore the island. That was probably a mistake. The reason I say that is because they could have been doing more in camp while 1 or 2 of the characters were exploring the island. Anyway, it's all said and done. So let us continue on and go to our action resolution. Okay, so we're going to take our first action. It's going to be here with Anne. She's going to rest. I think what I'll do is just take the bowl right here for us here. We're going to roll a d6. On a 1, 2, 3 we get 3 energy. 4, 5, 6 we get 4. So we rolled a 5. That's awesome. So she actually got 4 energy. That puts her 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way back up to 6. So she's going to be full energy when she goes to explore. Okay, the doctor got some wood. Now our tree is gone, so when we go to collect wood, we're only going to collect 1, unfortunately. And then Alexander Selkirk, he did rest as well, so we're going to roll a die for him. Let's see what he gets. A 6, so he also got 4 energy, which maxes him out too. That is awesome. So when they go exploring, they're going to be full energy. Okay, next up we got the doctor who has salvaged stuff. And we're going to take the salvage deck. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to draw 5 out and see what he gets. The remains of a hull. A hull, add 3 wood tokens. That's awesome. The lighter, you can light a fire automatically, however you still need to use an action. Okay, that just helped. Ooh, the spyglass. I think, you know, we're going to need the spyglass because it's going to be one of the things we need, and another remains of the hull. So he says, I am taking the spyglass, the doctor says, and that leaves the canned food. We got food. I think we're canned food, definitely. So I think that Anne will take the remains of a hull. This is going to be a massive stash for us. So there's going to be 3 wood rather goes into our storage bin, and then since we've managed to keep our fire lit the whole time, and will this turn as well, he's going to take the other one. That's going to give us 3 more wood. So just when I thought it was going to get tougher to get wood, we now have a lot of wood, and unfortunately that means that the lighter and the canned food are going to go away. But that was worth it, and this cube also goes off, and we only have 1 more cube in the salvage area that could possibly wash up on shore. So that is okay though. Alright, that ends those actions. So the next one actually is our explorer of the island. So we're just going to move over a little bit, and our characters Anne and Alexander are going to start, or continue rather, their exploration. Oh man, we are so close to getting to the interior, the deep interior of the island, but we got a ways to go yet. So what do we get? Start off, well, this actually gets reset. So it says the weather gets worse. Suddenly the sky was covered with clouds. Each explorer loses 1 energy. Move the marker on the weather track 1 space to the left. Well, that's actually good. It cools off our weather, so the sun track goes down a little bit. But this goes up to 6, you know, and we knew this was coming. I'm acting like I'm surprised, but I'm not, because we had planned that. We had been able to see the deck last turn. So now we don't know what this card's going to be, and hopefully it'll allow us to move, and it does. Jaguar cubs. The cubs look at us curiously. Explorers may leave them alone, add card 32 to the heart of the island, hunt them and eat them, add 2 food to the forage deck, forage supply, and each explorer takes 1 food. Add card 33 to the heart of the island and card 75 to events. You know, I don't think I want to kill the little cubs. That would be sad. So we're going to leave them alone, and as a result we're going to add card 32 to the heart of the island. Okay, so let's find card 32. There it is. It's called Jaguar, naturally. And since we didn't kill the cubs, this one is going to get added to the deep interior of the island, and then this one is going to get discarded. Okay, but it does have a foot on it, so we did move up 1 more. And that was actually Alexander's card. Now back to Anne, her card. Yuck, mosquitoes. The very worst thing on the island. They were everywhere, day and night. They caused serious disease and fever with their painful bites. Roll a die. On a 1 or 2 you receive 1 energy. On a 4, 5, or 6 you lose an energy. So this is also going to go up to 7. So we're making, again, slow progress and not enough movement. Let's go to the dice bowl. Okay, let's roll for Anne. We just really want to avoid a 1 or a 2. A 5, so she just loses an energy. And now Alexander, he actually gained an injury. So he's got an injury from the mosquito bites. What does that do? That takes Anne from 6 to 5 there. And, oh wait, on the storm I think actually it's going to put her at 4. And Alexander is going to go down to, he's at 6 already, and he gets an injury. And that's that. So that was the mosquito bites, and of course it increased our requirements to to find our way back to camp, but did not help us move. So let's go back to the island board. Okay, drawing our next card. No movement. This is so unfortunate, and it's really turning me off on this game. We can't, you know, we're really trying to make headway, and we just simply can't. My legs were wrapped in vines and bushes. I yielded to the humidity of the jungle and stifling heat. We're just going to keep losing energy till we have to go back. Each explorer decides lose 2 energy or receive 1 injury. Well, we're going to lose 2 energy. That puts Anne down to 2 and Alex down to 4. And now we need an 8. We're better to go back. Luckily, we have the compass, so it's a 7. We need to reserve some energy, but we have to keep going or we're going to lose. Okay. Alright, so we're not moving again. We're now at a 9. We haven't moved but once in 4 cards. They fell over you. Okay, snakes are falling over. So snake falls in your head. Roll a die. Add +2 if you own a machete. We do. If the result of, let me make sure. Yes, okay, yeah. If the result is a 5 or higher, you avoid being bitten. If it's lower, the snake bites you and you lose as much energy as the result of the roll. That is devastating. So let's hope we get our roll well. Alexander, you can do it. Of course not. That would be a mistake, wouldn't it? So that's if the results are 5 or higher, so he's going to lose 3 energy. No, the die roll, the result of the roll, not the +2, so he's going to lose 1 energy. That's not so bad. Okay, Alexander's at 3 energy now, but we really don't have a choice. We've got to keep trying. Finally, smoke. We finally get to move. We saw that a part of the jungle seemed to be lit by flames. Big columns of smoke rose on the horizon. Add card 85 to the interior. So we're going to get card 85 out and add it to the interior of the island. Alrighty, let's find that one. Card 85. Get close, get close, get close. Okay. It obviously can't be good. It's surrounded by fire. That goes on top there. We'll shuffle it in, but we did move up here. We're just about to hit the interior. So we're going to try again since that didn't cost us anything, but this will. The weather gets better, and suddenly the sun is shining. Move the marker of the weather 1 space to the right. That's still okay. It did nothing for us, but now we have a 10 to get back, and I don't think we can afford to keep going, so we're going to stop there and come back to camp again. Alright, let's go to the roll. We got to roll a 9 or better because of the compass. So yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a bit demoralized by how that board has been going. It's basically showing me that we're not going to win, and that we have no chance of winning because we keep drawing cards to allow us to move. And now we have to run back to camp. We got a 10 right now. Of course, I could push my luck, but I don't think that's worth it. So we need a 9 or better on 2 dice because of Anne's compass. And, well, at least we got lucky there. We rolled an 11 on our roll, and we get to go back to camp without any problems. Let's go back to the main board. So yeah, I do think that strategically, one of the mistakes I was making was having more than 2 people go exploring. I think 2's good. They could support each other and share energy costs, but 3, I could have been doing more in the camp like I did in this past turn. So anyway, that was the end of all of the actions. So the next thing we have to do is eat. So we're going to take, unfortunately, we got 4 food here. So we're going to discard these fish tiles, and we're going to get 4 white cubes to go through there. Now, it was Anne's turn, so she's definitely going to eat 1. Alexander's going to eat 1, and the doctor's going to eat 1. Okay. Now, Anne says, well, yeah, I took a lot of energy hits on that, so I'm going to eat the last one and go up to 3 energy. Plus, everybody gets an additional energy, so she's up to 4 now, and because we ate. Now, our campfire is lit, and I forgot to put the wood on there, so we're going to take it off now, which means everybody else gains another energy. That means we're mostly back up to snuff again. And I don't even think we're going to have to rest next turn. But the next thing we have to do is deal with Alexander's injury. We're going to go to the dice bowl. If we roll a 1, it becomes a trauma. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay, let's roll a 4. So he's fine. He just has an injury which he'll be able to rest and get rid of next turn. Last but not least, we collect the camp start player pawn and move the first player token over to Alexander Selkirk, and then we get on with our next turn. Okay, we're getting really low. We only got 4 cards left in the event deck. So the weather doesn't change. This 3+ means we're not getting that last one yet. Log arrives to the shore. Add 2 wood to the storage. Well, I'm not going to complain about that. The more wood, the better. We got stuff to build. So we got a ton of wood. I think we got to get to see. So the thing is, if we do not get to the top of the island, we cannot win. We've got to get to the 4 spot on the top of the island. I mean, that's not even an option, because that's the only way we can win. But so we have to go back exploring this turn. Nobody needs to rest though. So here's what we're going to do. Now the first player is Alexander Selkirk. So he says, "Yeah, I am going to start an action. It doesn't cost him anything to do that exploration action." Doctor says, "Hey, bully on you, but we got to get this thing built. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 energy, and which will end up resulting in 4 wood going on this, putting us up to 6, leaving us only 2 to build that." Okay, could have built the additional shelter, but the one we have is doing us fine. Anne says, "Well, unless we want to eat the food we have, we don't have any food right now. So she can forge, or she can go take a camp action." I think she'll go take a camp action and go fish. Then Alexander Selkirk says, "Well, for my next action, what do I do?" Well, he has to rest because he needs to get rid of that injury before he goes back onto the island. The doctor is, again, he says, because I spent all that energy, well, that'll happen. Yeah, he's going to rest in the last spot there to recover from what he did here. And then Anne's next action, oh, she's going to go exploring with Alexander again. Okay, that, oh wait, you know what we didn't do? Is Alex's camp action. So for his camp action, he is going to he's going to take a fish tile. So I'm not going to go over the board, but I'll just show you what we got. We got 2 food, so that's good. That was helpful. Okay, now all the actions have been taken. Let's go up to the main board and start resolving them. So the first thing we're going to do, she's going to go, oh crud, he fished. Well, that's okay. She's going to go and take just a food, which we'll put on her board. That'll give us a surplus a little bit there. Yeah, not optimal, but that's what it is. And then he rested mainly to get rid of his injury, So we're going to pull the dice bowl over here. Remember, he's going. So the first thing that happens, he does get to get rid of the injury for resting. Rested up his injury there. Now he's at 4 energy right now, so we got to roll, and he's going to max out depending on 3. So with the current camp, he's going to go up by 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's at max energy again. Next thing that happens is the doctor spent 4 energy there, so we're going to take 2 more and 2 more wood. We got a bunch of wood stacked up there. We only need 2 more to build that bonfire. That's helpful. Okay, now the next thing we can see there is we get to go to our exploration action with Alexander leading the charge. Okay, so back at it again. We're 1 away from going to the interior, so let's see what we get. We get all kinds of under attack. So this is now we did this one to ourselves, so I can't complain. We took the basket with all the food and everything, and this is what came up. So first thing you have, oh, this is reset. This is at 4, so this bumps it to 5. This was Alexander's card. It says natives welcomed us with a rain of arrows. Explorers receive an attack of strength 6+ from the number of explorers, plus the number of explorers. If the explorers lose, each one rolls a die. Okay. Well, so our strength is nowhere near 6. I'm not even going to get into how that works. Let me, maybe I'll explain it. I don't know, it's kind of a pill. Okay, so Alex has got to make a strength roll, and basically he's got 1 on his own sheet, and then 1 here, see, so he's got 1, 2, so he gets to add, see, the machete gives him 1, and he has 1, so he gets to add +2 to his roll. He's got to roll better than a 6 on a d6. So let's roll, see if he gets a 4 or better. He does not, so he is going to have to roll on the attack chart. Now, Anne just has to flat out roll a 6. She's got nothing that gives her a strength bonus. Wow, she does! So she did not take injury from the rain of arrows. She fought off the natives, but Alexander did not. So here we are. Now we have to roll for him. He might suffer as many as 2 injuries. Let's hope he rolls well. He rolled a 6. Awesome. So it says, you escape unharmed. If the explorers don't lose, which we didn't, add card 22 to the events. Okay, so we got to do that and then go back to the island. We don't have many cards left in the event deck, but this one now gets shuffled in. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to return to our exploration. Oh, we narrowly escaped the natives that were attacking us. And we get to, wait, we didn't finish that card. Where'd it go? Yeah, we get to move, yay, to the deep interior of the island. And, as Alex drew that, he gets story point. Actually, it's affected both of them, so he and Anne are going to get story points, I think. I got to look that up and make sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that one. And now we do have to shuffle this up because their next draw is going to be from this deck. We have completed our circuit. Okay, I got these pretty well shuffled up. Let's see what we get. A dangerous jump. You know, we can still use that dangerous shortcut too. This is going to increase us up to a 6, which isn't terrible. There's no other way. It was a matter of jumping or going back. In game order, each explorer decides if he wants to jump. Okay, so that would be Anne, because Alex drew the last card. Explorers who don't jump move their exploration cube back 1 space. Explorers who do jump roll a die. With a 4, they manage to jump. They advance 1 space on the exploration track, and each one of them receives. Oh, wow, this could be a lot of injuries, but we got to take the chance, because if we don't keep going, we're going to lose the game. Okay, so first off, we're going to roll for Alex. He rolls a 5. What does that mean? With 4 or more, they manage to jump. They advance 1 space in the exploration track, and each one of them receives a story point. With less than 4, they receive 2 injuries. So he succeeded. He receives a story point and advances. Roll for Anne. Okay, 6. She made it. So they both did okay there. Got more than 4, and this card's a little confusing to me on something, but it's okay. I figured it out. Now let's go back to the game. Okay, so as a result, each one of them gets a story point. That's Alex's and Anne's. So they're building up quite a few. Now sometimes you get to spend those, but we haven't had an instance where we do that. But they do both get to advance 1 more into the interior, and we get to draw our next card. I see the headlands. Okay, we get to move 1 more up the track. That puts us up here. And we advance 1 more here, and we each get to recover. It says the goal of my desperate journey was near at hand. Each explorer recovers 1 energy. So That actually didn't help much. It just bumped Ann up 1 because they were almost full on energy still. Okay, now let's keep going. Okay, no trail to follow. Well, that's not good. This is probably we're going to have to end for right now with this. My legs were wrapped in vines and bushes. I yielded to the humidity of the jungle and then stifling heat. Each explorer receives... Okay, they're both going to lose 2 energy because they were full. So that puts Alex at 5 and Ann at 4. And this goes up to 9. Do we take a chance and keep going? We got 1, 2, 3, we got 4 spaces to go. So we're going to stop there and get back to camp before it... Well, yeah, we're going to go back to camp. It's going to be a hard roll. We need 8 or better. Besides, we really can't finish until we at least get that bonfire going, so we have a couple of things to help us get off the island. 7. That actually failed. So both Ann and Alex can spend an energy to go again, and we can do this until we run out of energy. 7 again, of course. So we're going to spend 2 more energy, and we're going to roll again. Okay. 7. 3 7s in a row, really? Man, I wish I was in Vegas instead of playing this stupid game. Okay, okay, we're going to roll again. Let's keep rolling. Okay. Okay, finally, a 9. Man, it burned through all their energy to get back to camp, but they did it. It was a rough time getting back to camp, but they did not get lost. So let's go back to the main board. Whew, that was rough. Okay, we took their pawns back. Now, lastly, the doctor does get to rest. He's going to roll. Let's get the dice bowl out here for us. He rolled a 1, so he's only going to get 3 back. That puts him back up to 4, but that's okay. And then that's going to end our round. Now, next thing we have to do is eat. So we're going to cash these 2 in. Basically, all of our actions are done. We're going to now go into survival phase, which means we have to eat. We're going to cash those in for 2 food cubes, starting with Alex. Alex is going to eat 1. The doctor's going to eat 1, and that means that Ann is going to consume 1 of her food tokens, and she's eaten 1 too. That means they each gain an energy. That's good. And then, of course, we did burn a wood for our fire. I keep forgetting to put one on there, but we would have. So that means everybody gains another energy. It's not terrible. And nobody has any injuries, so we don't have to roll for trauma or injuries or anything like that. And that's going to end our turn. Now we're going to take the bring the tokens back. We're going to take the first player marker on the camp action back to the doctor, and we're going to take this one last round for this session. Okay, of course, first things first. Got to draw our event card. Oh, I did shuffle it. Okay, under attack. That night we were attacked by a group of furious natives. They took advantage of us when we were most vulnerable in order to vent their wrath. If the dog is in camp, the barking warns you. Nope. Natives have the strength of 3 plus the number of players. That's 6. If you don't win, each player receives 1 trauma. If you don't have the dog, each non-lost player faces an enemy of strength 4. Non-lost. Okay. Each player who loses against... Wait. If the dog is in camp. Okay. If you don't have the dog, so I should actually start reading right here. Each non-lost player faces an enemy with a strength 4. Each player who loses against the natives receives 2 trauma and gets 1 story token, then resolves the next event card. Okay, let's go to the dice bowl. So the doctor's first, but he's got something here, and apparently it doesn't... Oh, I see. To use this 4, we have to add... No, it just says add 4 to the player's strength. It doesn't say and discard this. It says you may discard the barrel in order to. So we're not doing that. So he's just going to have to roll. He's got nothing else that boosts his strength. He rolled a 4, so he actually fought off the natives. Now for Ann. She has nothing to boost her strength either. She rolled a 4, so she's safe. And Alex, he's got +2 actually. So he didn't have to. He only rolled a 4 with his +2. So we all fended off the natives. That goes away, and then we get to draw, unfortunately, another event card. After we each get a story point. So I'm giving each of the characters a story point because that's victory points for the end of the game. Okay, now we're going to draw our new event. We only got 2 cards left. It's pretty bad. A fire. Okay. Bloop. It's scorching, so we each lose an energy from the weather. It does say 1+ there, so our last bit of salvage washes up on shore. It says that the weather is scorching, which it is now. The campfire is lit. The shelter gets burnt, returning to its previous level. Okay, so our shelter went back down to the previous level, which still wasn't bad. And you lose as many wood tokens from the storage as a result of the roll. So we have to roll, and so our big nice stockpile of wood might go away. Let's see, a 3. So 3 out of 4 wood go away. We have enough to keep our fire lit, which means we're going to have to collect wood this turn because I wanted to finish the big bonfire. Okay, but that ends our events. Now we're going to take the camp action with the doctor. He is going to go fish. He's going to take a fish tile. Kapow. It's 1. That's good. That's not terrible. Could have been worse. Okay. Next up, he takes his first action. He's full of energy, so not full of energy. So his first action is going to be to take a wood. That's going to cost him an energy. The Anne is going to rest. That's going to be her first action. Our guy Alexander, he's going to rest second. For his first action. Now the doctor comes back around. Are we going to explore this turn? We're going to get down to 1 card if we don't. He's in good shape, but we're only going to have 2 wood. So if we don't explore this turn, we need another wood. Okay. Okay, he's going to get another wood. We need wood because we've got to have 3 in there. We've got to keep the fire lit and finish the bonfire. Okay, and then then Anne says, well, okay, in that case we got to actually build that. So she's going to go there and finish the bonfire. And Alex says, well, guys, somebody's got to explore the island so we can get off. So he's going to lead the charge and try and get back on the island. Hopefully he'll have enough energy back by then to do so. Anyway, that is our placement, so now we're going to go back to resolving our actions. Okay, so starting with Anne's rest. She rested at the camp. Now, unfortunately, our shelter went down 1, so it's not quite as effective. But she did roll a 4, which gives her a +3. That's good. She needed that. She's at 5. Next up, Alex is going to do the same thing. Hopefully he gets a high roll as well. A 6, that's awesome. So he's going to go up 3. He's at 6. And then we have the collection of wood. The doctor did nothing but collect wood this turn. Puts 2 more wood in our box over here. Okay, and then we got this. So here's what's going to happen. She spent 2 energy, so I forgot to do that. She's at 3. We're going to spend 2 of this wood and all of this here, and this will give us our bonfire. That goes up right there. So our bonfire is built now. So it's one of the items that we might need to get off the island. That was helpful. Okay, and then last but not least, we got Alex trekking back onto the island all by himself to see if he can get to the summit, because we're pretty close. Okay, let's draw this card and see what happens. Oh. Of course he doesn't move. Under attack again. Man, the natives are really after us. Wait, how did that happen? Okay, well, it is a different card. Okay, we got to roll for Alex. He's under attack by restless, crazy natives again. So let's hopefully he rolls high, a 6. Awesome. That means he just loses 1 energy from that whole event. So he's down at a 5, and that goes away. Unfortunately, we didn't move again, which I wish more of these. Okay, that is not the way. So this goes up by 2. We're going to lose, guys. I mean, it's not, the game is not making it easy enough for us to get to the top. Sometimes a cliff or turbulent river forced me to take a big detour. Each explorer loses 1 and moves. So he moved back 1 and he lost in energy. Just great. Okay, and let's see. Are you kidding me? Waterfall. So now he's at an 8. He's gone backwards. He hasn't gotten anywhere, and he's at an 8. Game is set against us for sure. It was beautiful in the landscape with crystal clear they did this again in another card. Refreshing water. Each explorer recovers an energy, so he's at 5. This might be our first lost explorer, because you know what? We have got to keep... I'm putting these in the wrong deck. We have got to keep going. Okay, he's going to try again. We've got to move. Well, this does everything, so I'm sure this is going to be really bad. Okay, so this does allow us to move back to where we were, unfortunately. This is the boar. It says the beast would catch us by surprise in the middle of the jungle. They were terrible enemies due to their speed and size. A boar runs towards you. You try to dodge. Roll a d6. If you get a 3 or more, you succeed. The next explorer must do the same. Well, he's the only one. If the explorer fails the roll, he receives 1 energy, loses 2 energy, and receives a story point. Okay, so let's roll and see what he gets. He rolled a 5. So he rolled better than a 3. So he dodges the... Okay, it still says he receives a story point. I guess for dodging the boar. I don't know. This is... he gets nothing if he succeeds, but he gets a story point if he gets failed and takes damage. I don't know if that makes sense, but it says there's a story point here. So, but he is at a 9 to keep going. Okay, one more time. Jaguar. Well, these are the ones we put in the card, so in the deck. So he's going to move up 1 more. This is going to move up to 10. Now he's in trouble. He's only got a... Yeah. It says there were several ways to die on the island, but the fastest of them was under the deadly claws of the jaguar that inhabited the jungle. A jaguar attacks you. The jaguar has 5 strength points, and your strength... Add your strength to the first roll and the strength of the exploration group from the second roll on. I don't know what that means. There's only 1. So each time the jaguar wins, you lose 1 energy. Repeat the roll until the explorers win. Well, I don't understand. So, okay, a jaguar attacks you. The jaguar has a strength has strength points, 5 strength points. Okay, so that means it's got 5 strength points. Add your strength to the first roll. I don't get this. Let me look in the rolls. Okay, I guess we just have to, since it's only 1 guy, he just has to win once. So let's go to the dice bowl and see what happens. I'm going to put it there. So the jaguar has a strength of 5. So Alex has to roll and add his strength. So he's got a 6, 7, 8. So he beat the. So the way I read this, he beat the jaguar and he did not lose the energy or receive 2 injuries. So he beat the jaguar, and that is the end of that. Now he says to himself, as much as I hate to do it, I've only moved, we advanced 1 out of all those cards. We advanced 1 more than we were at before. So he's going to roll to come back. He's got a 10. He's got to conserve his energy to get back. 7, it's our favorite number. He goes down in energy and tries again. 6, he's going to go down and try again. 9. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, I got interrupted there. An 8, he's only got 1 more energy left. I'm tracking his energy over here. And okay, well, he made it with 1 energy. At least we've been getting lucky that way. So let's go back to our camp. He did eventually find his way back, but he was exhausted when he returned with 1 energy left to spare. So let's go back to our camp and finish off this turn. Okay, so that ends this action for him. And that ends our round. Okay, so we're going to take that fish token and we're going to add 1 white cube to it. We only have 1 wood left. At least we'll get to stoke our fire. So boom, and then that came off. Now we have no wood, so we're going to have to get wood next turn. But anyway, we got to eat first. So the doctor eats 1 and is going to have to eat our other food token, as is Alex. He's going to eat his food token. So they're both going to gain, everybody's going to gain an energy from that. And then we each gain an energy from the fire. Puts Alex all the way up to a whopping 3. So he's definitely going to have to rest next turn. And nobody has any injuries, so that's going to end our turns and our session. Now there's only 2 cards left, so when we come back next time, we're just about at the end of the game. You know, we do have that dangerous shortcut to take. We could take it 1 more time. Might do that just to get us to the top, because if we don't get to the top, we don't win. And the sad part is, and I haven't really explained this to you guys, but how this works is when we get to the top of the island, we get to use the remaining cards. There's 2 left. And look at the symbols. We look at the first one, and if we have everything, then we get off the island. Then we look at the next one. If we have everything there, we get off the island. Well, we only got 2 cards left. So the problem that we have is that with only 2 cards left, if we don't match exactly what's on there, we're not going to get off. And we have the cannon, which will help us cover an item, and then we have the bonfire, and that's it. So odds are really stacked against us on this, but we'll try and see if we can get it. Anyway, the last thing that happens is we move the first player token over to Anne, and she takes the pawn, and that's going to end our session. Apologize for being a little frustrated this game. This game is it's frustrating me. Mainly because of the movement on the island. There's so many cards that don't allow you to move. It feels like it's stacked against you sometimes. But anyway, it's still telling a story. I hope you're enjoying it. Probably laughing at my frustration. Thanks. Appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day or night or whatever it may be while you're watching this.